Hello, I'm Julie Cronshaw. I've been teaching Cecchetti method classical ballet in London for more than 25 years. I graduated from the Royal Ballet School Teachers Training course in 1986 and danced professionally before setting up my own school. I'm a fellow of the ISTD in the Cecchetti method and hold the Enrico Cecchetti diploma. Most recently, I've made a film called Ballet's Secret Code, which is available on this channel. And for more information, content and even more videos, you can go to the website balletsecretcode.com. I hope you enjoy this video. Hello, today I'd like to talk to you about Allegro and show you the different kinds of Allegro that we use in the ballet class, how to recognise them, how to use them, and how to improve your dynamics and the different kinds of Allegro that Cecchetti used across his days of the week. So let's start with Petit Allegro or terre-à-terre Allegro. On Tuesday, Cecchetti's principle is épaulement, and épaulement is opposition. So on Tuesday, Cecchetti used a lot of steps in his Allegro exercises that skim across the floor. You can see this in my documentary, Ballet Secret Code. And a lot of these steps are steps of terre-à-terre quality, or Petit Allegro. You can see that often when Cecchetti does some of these steps using this terre-à-terre quality, there's a differentiation between the upper body and the lower body. So the steps might be very intricate, very close to the floor. They might be slightly accented, and you'll have the jeté battement, and you'll have little steps using petit battement or tiny little rond de jambe sauté, and so on. And here's an exercise of salvo, also using some terre-à-terre Allegro steps. We also find terre-à-terre Allegro on Friday in Cecchetti's days of the week, specifically with the petite batterie. And here the dancer will barely jump off the floor to cross the legs in beats such as entrechat, quatre, entrechat royal. Even the brisé volé can be done with a terre-à-terre quality, or a cabriole battu can also be done with a terre-à-terre quality. So here's an exercise of Friday showing petite batterie. So those are the steps that we call Petit Allegro. Now, the next kind of Allegro that we all recognise, of course, is the Grand Allegro. And Grand Allegro steps are usually taken with a preparation. And the preparation is not necessarily part of the step, as it is with ballon, which I'll explain in a minute. But a preparation might give the dancer, of course, as we know, a run-up, so that they can execute a large leap, a large jump or a large turn across the floor. So these are Grand Allegro. In Cecchetti method, the Grand Allegro steps are often integrated into movements that also incorporate ballon. And for dancers who are studying this method, it's really quite important to understand the difference between the steps of grand elevation and the steps of ballon. And of course you can have steps of ballon that are a little bit smaller, but they're not terre-à-terre because they do bounce, and you can have steps of grand elevation that use ballon. So to identify them, it's really quite simple. Steps of grand elevation use a preparation that is not necessarily part of the step that you're aiming to do. So for example, a grand jeté en avant, grand jeté en tournant, a glissade that might go into a cabriole, and so on. And then you have the other kind of grand elevation, grande élévation, which is the ballon. And the style of ballon we recognise very much in Bournonville. All his ballets, the way that Bournonville must have danced as a dancer himself, certainly in all his choreography, we recognise those beautiful bouncing steps that he does. And Cecchetti uses it as well. His steps of Saturday use this quality of movement or bouncing in ballon. So here we can see an exercise of ballon from Saturday. Now, how do we recognise the difference between ballon and the grand elevation or the Grand Allegro step with the preparation? With ballon, the previous step is the preparation for the preceding step. So, for example, if you were to do an exercise that were, for example, 3 petits changements and 2 grands changements, or 3 petits changements, changement tour en l'air, this would be an exercise of ballon. It does incorporate both Petit Allegro and Grand Allegro in one exercise, because you have the 3 small changements and then you have the tour en l'air, which is obviously a step of grand elevation, or most of the time it is a step of grand elevation. But when you put them together in that particular combination, so 3 changements, changement grand tour en l'air, that becomes a step of ballon. And those 3 petits changements are the preparation for the grand tour en l'air. So I hope that's explained the 3 kinds of allegro that we can most easily recognise in our classical ballet classes. Just a reminder, I've made a film called Ballet Secret Code. It's a 1-hour documentary available on YouTube on this channel for free. It took a long time to make, I'm very proud of it, and it's all about ballet technique. You can find it on YouTube or click on the link below.